I have built one of the best filmmaking tools out there. Well, at least these people say so.
But it's also a nice filmmaking tool. It's a good way to get from scene to scene without me just walking from place to place. It's kind of a more fun way to get from one location or one thing to the next.
And oh my god, I am in love with it. But I definitely justified it by saying ooh, I'm gonna use it as filmmaker equipment.
The second reason is that it's just a filmmaking tool for me. I use it to smoothly move the camera around, to track cyclists or my daughter or whatever. I use it to move the camera.
Yes, it's true, and I still quite don't believe it actually, but I have bought the Onewheel XR. In this video I'm going to talk about the Onewheel XR and if you should get one too if you want to use it mainly as a filmmaking tool. If you plan to buy any gear that is about the $1,000, you really should be considering the return of the investment. The Onewheel XR costs $1,800 and if you will buy also some accessories to feel safe and maybe to protect the investment itself, you can easily spend $2,000 on this thing. So if you want to buy this as a filmmaking tool, you really should ask yourself a question: how often will you use it on your filmmaking projects? The second really huge factor in my opinion is the ease of use. If you will buy the Onewheel mainly as a filmmaking tool, you really want to start using it as soon as possible. Like for example, if you will buy a gimbal, I'm pretty sure that you can start using it confidently in a couple of hours. However, you don't want to use the Onewheel that soon if you have had no previous experiences. Imagine yourself crashing on this thing while holding a cinema camera or even a Sony mirrorless camera for $3,000. You don't want to do that. You just have to be really confident and the board should become an extension of your body before you will start using it for filmmaking. Now let's talk about my experiences so far. I've built the Onewheel with no previous board experiences, so no skateboards, no snowboards or even surf. It's been a week since I've got it and right now I'm at 11 kilometers on it. To be honest with you guys, I've expected that I will progress much faster, but the truth is it takes quite a bit of time and practice. But don't get me wrong here, you can learn to ride it pretty fast in a day or two, but the amount of confidence you will need to film on the Onewheel will not come that fast. Blown out. We are blown out. The sun is really shining, I have to block the windows. Well, in today's video I'm not going to teach you how to mount or dismount of the board because there are plenty of more in-depth tutorials out there, so you can go and you can watch these. In this video I would like to give you my personal experience with the board and my personal tips for all of the new riders out there, because I'm a new rider too. Probably the first thing you should do before you will even get on the board is to choose your right foot. I mean, which foot will be your front foot and which will be your back foot. You can work this out pretty easily by sliding on the floor at home, for example, and then you will see which foot is dominant for you and then you will use that foot as your front foot on the board. This tip is probably the most important for all of you beginners out there. When you get on the board for the first time, you will probably feel shaky a little bit and then you just want to get off. But how will you do that? You need to lift the heel on your front foot, and this will make your brain feel like you will get unstable on the board. You need to overcome this awkward feeling to be able to dismount safely off the board. I personally advise you to do this at least 10 times in a row. Just get on the board and then get off of it. Try to do this drill every day or at least every other day for the first week with your board. You might be tempted to start riding and enjoying your new board, but you have to train some drills first. Like I've said before, everyone have their own stronger and weaker sides. And I mean that some of you will be more comfortable turning left and some of you might be more comfortable turning right. But you need to practice and train those weaker sides even more. So first of all, find yourself a nice wide open space without any people and train these things. Go forwards and then reverse. Try to ride in circles both ways. Practice 8. I sure hope that these drills will help me and maybe also you to get more comfortable on one wheel, and maybe someday we will be able to pick a gimbal or a camera and film on the one wheel. To be honest, I'm really far from that point yet, but I will keep you guys updated, so you will see how long will it take me with no previous experiences to be able to use the one wheel as a filmmaking tool. So now my conclusion. Should you get the one wheel? Definitely yes. It's a lot of fun, you will challenge yourself to learn something new, and you will spend a lot more time outside. But should you get the one wheel if you plan to use it mainly as a filmmaking tool? Well, probably not. Don't buy it unless you really like it or unless you are really fascinated by the one wheel. If your main goal, however, is to get more stable shots and you don't really care about the one wheel, just don't get it. This way you can get frustrated pretty fast, or you may even break your gear if you will be overly confident on the board. I hope that this video was helpful to some of you and that you will also stay with me on my one wheel filmmaking journey. And now you know what to do. If you stayed with me up to this point of the video, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell so you'll get notified whenever I post new videos. These things will really help me, and I will see you in my next video. Take care.